So the paved roads that you do go down look as if a lot of times they were recently paved. Perhaps they were dirt up until not very long ago. As you can see, it's, I mean, this is pretty fresh asphalt here. So every time we go over a dip, Christy goes, ugh, like she's riding a damn roller coaster.
What's that stomach in your throat thing?
Stomach in your throat thing?
Yeah, you know when you're going down a coaster and you do that first drop, your stomach goes up to your throat? That's what I'm feeling on these things.
Not quite as fast.
No, but still same effect.
Man, we just had an awesome lunch.
Yeah, it was really good.
At a place called the Outpost in Pickwick. Very good. It's right there off the trail. And then shortly after that, we came down to a road where the bridge is out. So we have to do some rerouting. We're back on the trail now. And making pretty good time, too. It's 1 o'clock. I'm hoping that we get to 12 o'clock local time. I'm hoping that we can get to JP, what'd you call it? Classer? Or Glosser?
It's
Closser? JP Closser State Park, which is...
Closser, it's C-O-S-S-A-R, I think so spelled Closser.
Okay. I stayed there last time whenever I took this trip, and it was a pretty nice state park, so... I figured we'd just stay there again. It's got a shower and all that good stuff. I don't know if it's got a place to do laundry, which I doubt because most state parks don't. But, you know, I didn't do laundry for a good while whenever I came on the trip by myself. However, I didn't change clothes but once every 2 days or so whenever I was by myself, and kind of dealt with the stinkiness. The funk. But with Christy and I, we're using double the amount of clothes and every day, and Christy loves doing laundry, so you know, we just need to find her a washing machine. She just feels right at home anytime she gets in front of a washing machine
or dishes.
Or dishes. She just feels right at home. Just you know, starts washing away.
Different subject though. I did try to pet a cow.
She did try to pet a cow.
It ran.
As I told her it would.
So disappointed.
Yeah.
Hoping we catch a young one out west.
She's bound and determined, y'all. She's going to try to catch her a cow.
We'll have to record it, though, just in case it rams me.
And now she's thinking that the cow's going to ram her.
It might get scared.
Back on dirt, rough dirt. Come across a washout back there that you could have lost a small child now. And it was right over the hill too, so like if you were hauling ass, you would have taken apart the whole front end of your rig. And if you were on motorcycles, you would have flown completely over the handlebars. It was deep.
How about our eggs?
Yeah, our eggs probably broke.
Ooh, this is washed out bad.
It happens. Make sure ain't no more coming.
Is that a doe or a buck?
There was 3 of them.
I've seen a lot of deer.
Well, Well, the scenery's changed again. We're in hilly country. We're outside of Ripley, Mississippi on Country Road 619. And it's all clay out here now. And these roads are made of just this clay and big rocks. But still trucking right along. I'm still on track to make it to 𝗬𝒂𝒃𝒄𝒄𝒄 State Park in Mississippi. For the life of me, I can't figure out why I don't remember the actual name of that state park, but I've screwed it up every time I've looked it up and every time I've thought about it in my head. But other than that, yeah, we're making good time. Let you see some of the scenery we're looking at. Get used to these trees, or don't get used to these trees, rather. Pine trees. After the big river, you won't see these for a little while.
It's weird.
Matter of fact, some places out there you don't see any trees. A lot of the places out there. Traveling over some of these washboard areas of these roads got me wondering what exactly creates the washboard effect on a dirt road. Like, I've got a theory it's got something to do with the weight of vehicles traveling over it while it's soft, but what exactly creates the washboard effect? You know, as we came up, almost hit birds, and then earlier almost hit not a gaggle of geese, but I'm not sure what you call a bunch of turkeys. But anyway, I was just sitting here thinking, you know, if I was a bird, there'd be no way in hell that you'd find me anywhere near the city. Like, all this area out here, you know? Mm-hmm. Or any animal, for that matter. Pretty. So we've come across this road here in Mississippi. Is that what this is? Mm-hmm. Mississippi. A little logging road that is luckily, thankfully, dry, because if this was wet, this would be a sloppy, mad mess. I mean, just, this road is terrible. The reason is because they've been doing logging on this, or this is a logging road, and they've been logging and taking all this big equipment down through here, just tearing up this road. So, looks like it rained recently, but thankfully, it is dry. Got a little bit of mud. Not much. Alright, so we have arrived at the 𝗬𝒂𝒃𝒄𝒄 State Park here in Mississippi. Oakland, Mississippi. And it is closed again. Now, if attending the gatehouse, please pay at the honor box in the front of the gatehouse. Check out the amount of deer. They're legit, like, all over this place. See them?
I mean,
that's a lot of deer.
Hang on.
So this is our view today. This will work. Pretty cool, huh? They're literally right off the back of our campsite. Unbelievable. Good morning. Alright, so we are on day 5 of USA on Dirt, and we stayed at 𝗬𝒂𝒃𝒄𝒄 State Park in Mississippi, and shared our tent with I think half the spiders,
yeah,
and the a third of the mosquitoes in the whole state. But other than that, man, I couldn't ask for a prettier campsite, really. I I mean, I thought it was real nice. Between the deer all over the place and the sunset and sunrise up over the lake, and it was just a really pretty deal. So, good state park. Cost us $21, which was I thought a little bit high.
That's
Although we did use the bathhouse, the showers.
They have washer dryer.
They do have a washer and dryer, and we were 1/4 short of being able to do a load of laundry, unfortunately. So we didn't get a chance to do that. One thing I will say is that whenever you have a chance to take a shower while you're on the trail, you want to make sure that you take that shower and embrace that shower and enjoy that shower, because you just don't know when the next one is. Now, we've got the solar shower hooked up to the 4Runner. The problem is here in the southeast, we get a lot of these trees, as you can see, and driving off-road, we're kind of winding in and out of the trees, so a lot of times it's hard for it to get direct sunlight. But other than that, we've been lucky. We've been able to get some showers. I did find a dealership to get the wheel speed sensor for the 4Runner. Hope to be able to pick that up in the next day or two, so I'm excited about that. And other than that, we're trucking right along. Christy just came to the realization that Bank of America is called Bank of America, but there is not a Bank of America all over America. No. I think that they shouldn't have the right to call themselves Bank of America if they don't have...
There's not one in Mississippi.
Feel free to transfer funds to our accounts because we can't put money in the bank. Alright, so we're in Eden, Mississippi. Enid, something, Mississippi. We're on Dee's Road. Anyway, the roads now have turned into a very loose gravel and heavy sand. We're kicking up a bunch of dust. The speed you can get on these roads is decent because they're kind of long, and then you come up on some sharp corners. The only problem is you really have to watch yourself because it will get out from underneath you because it is loose gravel. So you do need to watch your speed. Again, talking about doing this on dual sport motorcycles or a dirt bike or whatever. We were just almost attacked by a dog, and that's one extra thing that you have to worry about is those dogs. I mean, really, this dog it looked like he would have come up and bit my leg if I was on a motorcycle of any sort, so I'd hate to have to deal with that. The other thing is driving on this road right here with a motorcycle cannot be easy. I really don't care what kind of tires you have. There's no way that this road is easy. I just feel like you'd slip and slide and go all over the place. So we're averaging right now at about 40, 45, maybe 50 miles an hour in some parts of these roads. There's a turtle back there.
Was there?
Yeah. You missed it. I tell you what, if we could somehow or another figure out a way to make some kind of resource out of kudzu, the southeast would be on point because there's enough kudzu. I mean, really, what could we do with kudzu?
I don't know.
What kind of resources could be made out of kudzu? Along the trail, Christie's noticed, what are they?
Looks like little green bottles.
And they're just randomly posted up places?
Yeah, everywhere.
So what are those random green bottles? Does anybody know? Does anybody have any kind of idea? That big red barn. So Christie's pulled a titty muscle. Oh God!
It's a subpectoral muscle.
Yeah, whatever that is.
It's the muscle grouping underneath your boob.
Yeah. So she's pulled one, and
I
every
don't
time.
know how.
Not real sure how, but every time she laughs, what does it do? You said it's got a hand action to it too.
Stop!
You got to see the hand action.
I can't.
Hang on, let's see if we can do the hand action. Hang on. right, show us the hand action. Is it? How's it go?
It's like
a pec muscle.
Yeah, it's called a subpectoral.
Subpectoral. All right, so it's going to rain here, which is good because that means it's not going to rain in Oklahoma for us. So I would much rather rain here than Oklahoma. So I'm glad it's going to rain here. This is the beautiful town of Crenshaw, Mississippi. This is where Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and everybody's from. Crenshaw. Doubt it.
Look at our police station.
Hell yeah. I wonder if Andy Griffith's working today.
3 cars.
Alright, so we're on a road that is not labeled on the Toyota GPS, but it's a nice road, and then it just randomly comes across these points at which have these ruts in them that would clearly make the 4Runner sink up to the frame on one side at least. So it's kind of crazy. Chrissy asked an interesting question. What makes the road do that just in random places? I don't have an answer for that. But as you can hear for the mud hitting the side, it's a thick, nasty mud that I don't want any part of. I can't stand mud. I'm good on dirt, rocks, sand, but mud, I'm out. Mud and snow, I'm out. And that's the main reason that I'm glad that it's going to rain here instead of Oklahoma, because I'm out on mud. The only thing I think we've seen for any length of time is those guys working on power lines.
That's it.
On Hemp Hill Road, still in Mississippi. Sledge, Mississippi. I mean, you can come out here and have drag races and all kinds of stuff. This is a nice little road right here. That's what I would do. I'd be out here racing. Legally, of course. I'd have a closed off course and get all the professional stuff that you gotta do. Taped in Mexico.
Yeah.
So coming up with these stop signs got me thinking about a time that I used to work with a guy named Mr. Oliver. Old dude, was cool as hell. And we got talking one time about martial law. And I asked him, you know, what he thought about it and all that. And he said that there would never be martial law in America. And I said, well, why would you say that? He said, because we don't need it. And I said, do what? He said, yeah. He said, we're the only people that'll stop at a stop sign when nobody's around at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I never thought about that, but he's right. You know, nobody ever around.
You stop.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the bike, of course.
No, I always stop at stop signs. I never not stop at stop signs. Always stop at stop signs.
No comment.
Yeah. Plead the fifth. But yeah, I mean, kind of along the lines of when a tree falls in the wood, does it make noise? Alright, so we're on US 49 in Coahoma, Mississippi, getting ready to cross over the Mississippi River. This is the first casino that we see on our journey. Our journey does take us through Vegas on the way back, so we'll see plenty more casinos. Chrissy asked how big the Mississippi River is. I don't know the technical size of it. And welcome to Arkansas. How big's that river, Christy?
Pretty big. Capture.
She's trying to get the voice control to work on her phone while we're in video. Which is weird because my phone takes...
There's gotta be a way.
Alright, so we're coming up on the Trans-America Trail rest stop up here with Al and his buddy, I forget his name. But coming up here to be up here on the right-hand side, stop and chit-chat with them for a little while and see if they've heard any other reports from the trail. They tend to keep a pretty close eye on things. But we're also going to make us some turkey sandwiches because we're both a little hungry, aren't you? You're right up here on the right-hand side. We are on Phillips 350 Road in Marvell, Arkansas at the Trans-America Trail rest stop. Alright, so we made quick work of the Tat rest area, and now we're back on the road. Said that we're probably going to run into some mud out here. They had, what did he say, 6 to 8 inches of rain?
Yes, Thursday.
On Thursday, so we're probably going to run into some mud out here. That's alright. Real nice folks. We appreciate them. You know, kind of gives you an idea of all the people that are doing it. And I made back-to-back books, which is pretty good. So I was in last year's book, and this year's will be in this year's book. They do a book every year with all the pictures from everybody in that does the Trans-America Trail. So pretty cool stuff. And right now we're just trucking on through. It's been made mention that the trail will take 30 days, and I'm hoping that we can get it knocked out in 20 days. And the reason is because Christy's got to be back at work. So what we may do is I don't want to drive at night, so what we may end up doing is actually driving some of the Oklahoma Trail through at night, because it's just going to be a lot of flat dirt roads, and then Christy and I may alternate driving in order to make up some time, but we'll just kind of see how it works. So hopefully we can get, my goal is to get the trail done in 20 days. That's the idea. One of the things that I'm doing to help save some time too is on Sam's maps there's a lot of little areas where quite honestly you could just go straight and be fine, but what he does on his is he kind of goes back around and backtracks a lot. So as I see those on the map, I skip those little portions just so that way we can make up some of the ground. Also, another concern is with this mud, I'm worried that the wheel speed sensor, if mud and you know, water gets down in there, I'm worried that something might get messed up. So I may have to end up skipping out on some of that too. But it's all good though, because we're going to see plenty. We may run into some other folks on the trail too, because he said that about 50 people over the past 2 weeks have stopped by, and a lot of repeats.
Oh, I was going to say, that's so funny that he's got that little stop set up and can get water and do the book. And
yeah.
And they just kind of hang out all day for people to come through.
Yeah. And they make them book every year, which is pretty cool. And I made the book twice, which is even cooler. Christy and I just stopped to pee and make sandwiches for lunch. And when I say we were attacked by mosquitoes, I have never in my life seen mosquitoes come at me from every single direction like this. I mean, unbelievable. Unreal. I've never seen so many mosquitoes. Christy, you hadn't either.
Never. And they're huge.
And they're huge. And I mean, just the amount of mosquitoes, I'm telling you, there were hundreds of them. Had to be. That's crazy. That is crazy. I've never the whole back of the 4Runner, I swear to God, right now, looks like a zoo exhibit for mosquitoes. Lesson learned. Don't stop on any dirt road in Arkansas to fix anything. That's unreal. Christy just chased half of the state of mosquitoes out. Jeez. I'm trying to freeze them out. That's why I got the AC on blast right now. Let's see if that doesn't work. So far so good as far as trail conditions. I'm a little concerned about the sensor back there. I really don't want to bury it too deep in mud, so, but if it continues on like this, it won't be too bad. Like, look at the damn mosquitoes. That's unreal.
Hit the store.
Look at them. That's crazy. Chrissy's going on an all-out assault on these damn mosquitoes back here. Okay, so this is going to be the first official turnaround of the Trans-America Trail for us. And as you can see, with pretty good reason. Now, the best case scenario in this situation would be that we go around that corner and it all be over, and that's good. That's the best case scenario. The amount of things that could go wrong other than that, though, far surpass the chances of this working out. So the first thing is I've got 4-wheel drive, right? But I've got a wheel speed sensor that's just kind of dangling back there with a big hole going through the axle. The second part is so maybe I could get through this. Maybe I could go through and you know, just baja through this and keep it moving, which I highly doubt that I could. But maybe I could. And then maybe I get stuck in the middle over there at that bend, and now we have to get out with these pterodactyl sized mosquitoes and get eaten alive. I'm getting eaten alive in the truck, okay, with these mosquitoes, and all we did was stop and have lunch. So the last thing I want to do is try to perform a recovery on the side of this road with these mosquitoes. So we will be turning around. This is Lost Lane Road. And I have actually seen videos. There's a video on YouTube of some guys attempting to do this in a, I believe that was a Mitsubishi Montero. Sorry if you can't hear me. I'm in the middle of a battle with a mosquito. But we're going to turn around, not drown. They had 6 to 8 inches of rain. Is that what he had said?
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday. So chances are that's pretty well flooded out and deep. Yeah. I'm out. Alright, so we are outside of Hickory Plains, Arkansas, and we've stopped to get gas. Ran into a little bit of rain, which is no big deal. Got the truck nice and clean. Other than that, man, the scenery out here is just basically, flat. These are kind of the first trees that we've driven through in
It's been a while.
some time now. So, but other than that, run into a little bit of mud here and there. Nothing major though. Run into a little bit of water here and there. The spot that I camped at last time, we came across it. Now, last time, whenever I came through here, which was last year, they had just begun some kind of a construction project on this area that I'm talking about, and I'm not sure what it is. I think it's some kind of wildlife management area or some kind of state park or something. But anyhow, that's a perfect house. That's what I need, something that big. I wonder how big that is. Just small. I don't even think you should use the word big in it. But anyway, so they had started the construction. Well, now the construction is it's a pretty large ordeal, and I'm not real sure what they're doing there, but it's pretty large. But nonetheless, there's still campsites all around that area, and I feel confident in knowing that we could go back into that area and find a place to camp. That's not an issue. Let me tell you what the issue is. The issue is the amount of mosquitoes that come into the truck just as soon as you open up the rear hatch to do anything. I had left the cheese out while we were making lunch and getting attacked by pterodactyl mosquitoes. But the amount of mosquitoes that fly into the truck, I literally ran out, opened up the back door, sprayed some DEET all over me, opened up the back hatch real quick, and by the time I opened up the back hatch, how many did you say?
Probably 10.
Is probably 10 of them flew into the back of the 4Runner. That, to me, would make for one of the most miserable times I could possibly imagine. I mean, just getting in, and I just know that at least one of them would get into the tent. At least one of them, right?
Oh, easily.
We're carrying on, and hopefully we can go into maybe a little drier, non-swampy area. That was the other thing. I knew that there was going to be mosquitoes there because it was a swampy type area. So hopefully we can get up in a little higher, drier ground and get away from some of the mosquitoes and push on through. So that's the current situation.